We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars Wrestling Show, episode 265. I am your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is the always delightful Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
Good evening, fool. It is great to... Holy shit.
Oh,
Holy...
I guess he's
back. Finally here. He finally decides to show up. The Scholars of Wrestling champion, Scholar Brian, finally here to make his presence known.
Because the champion can show up when he likes.
And apparently you don't like us. Is that what you're saying?
How very astute of you.
I am nothing if not astute.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I don't like you either.
Yeah, hurts. That hurts a lot.
Why would we like each other? We've only been doing this show for 6 years.
Does that hurt your boob? Because there's no heart in that gaping chest of yours.
Is that supposed to hurt? Is it? Because it doesn't.
You were just saying that what I said before hurt you, and now you're contradicting yourself. What is wrong with you? Can't you be straightforward on what you are trying to say, Scholar Champion, Scholar Brian?
We've been at this.
I missed you.
We've been at this for 6 years, and we're still learning new things.
Yeah, like he's actually having that belt go to his head.
Hey, come on! I mean, really, come on! It's
let's
who lets belts go to their head? Honestly,
here's the question. Here's the question, though.
Really?
Have you brought it to both your heads?
Okay,
no.
This is the Scholars. This is
I
Scholars
haven't
Wrestling
gotten that
Show.
far yet.
That's
we have a
sad.
Keyword.
I've already.
We have.
I've had gone there plenty of times.
I'm sure you did.
Love you,
that
Goldie.
makes this very awkward.
I am so glad for the invention of Lysol right now.
And now just think about the fact that title is now resting on your shoulder. Think of where it's been.
I'd much rather think about a little thing that we like to kick off every Scholars of Wrestling episode with a little bit of something we like to call a backstage news.
Indeed. Let us go ahead and peek behind that curtain as we always do and check in on a little
backstage news. Champion man.
Remember where that title's been, man.
I'd rather not, meh.
It's already implanted in both your heads.
Yeah, but the only person it's bothering is this dude.
Hey, guess what?
It's nice to know that it's not bothering you, Brian. I'm actually flattered. Thank you.
Not
NXT on the USA Network.
The big announcement that came this week that they were promising that they were going to give a big announcement Monday. Nope.
Because Vince McMahon once again said, "Fuck this script."
Well, he wasn't at the shows, because he was main focus on the whole announcement of his XFL teams. Which, did you see the listing of the XFL teams?
Yes, I did.
But once again, even though he isn't there, the final scripts go through him, even if he's not there. So he saw the script for the show, said, "Fuck that," write it again, and then
I seriously doubt he did that. I just think they got upset with it being leaked all over the internet the weekend beforehand. They're just basically like, you know what? Let's just announce it on the interwebs.
They did.
Then they announced it on Smackdown, but like as a. Oh yeah, it's happening.
Also, this is happening.
Here's the deal. They announced there was a report on Twitter earlier that day that the entire script for Raw was being rewritten. So that can only come from the top. So that's Vince McMahon. But yes, it was supposed to get announced on Monday. It didn't. It got announced Tuesday morning that NXT is coming to USA Network on September 25th, 8 to 10 p.m. Now, if it was going to Fox Sports, this would not make me believe what I believe. I would just believe that Fox wanted NXT.
They do. They did want NXT.
Fox wanted NXT on their network, and that would have been fine. that would have been Fox wanted NXT. They wanted hours to fill, so that's fine. What this reeks of, that they went with the USA Network instead. Everyone's saying, everyone in the WWE is saying that they don't think AEW is a problem. They don't think it's an issue. Okay.
Supposedly.
But the fact that they went with the USA Network instead of Fox Sports, who paid them $1 billion for programming rights. Okay, that's easy money for NXT. That's easy money. Okay, they went with the USA Network. It's a power play.
From what I've been reading,
it's obvious.
From what I've been reading, it's just the fact that Fox, they wanted it to be on Wednesdays. WWE wanted NXT to be on Wednesdays, and Fox was having problems with their scheduling, trying to make that happen. So they decided to, it's like, you know what, you really can't do it. We'll just have it be on USA.
And that's a problem on two fronts, because it shows that it shows what we've been talking about, and Fox Sports is paying you $1 billion for your product and programming rights. Okay. Fox Sports does not have to. They don't have to cater to the WWE. The WWE has to cater to them for $1 billion. Okay, that's it. So, like, they're already on a bad relationship front with Fox.
Thanks, Vince.
Okay, this is no. You can that's just business. That's
well. To be fair, I don't think we also know all the details of this, because my understanding was this was Fox has only paid for Smackdown, giving that money off over the course of maybe 3 or 4 years. This NXT deal seems something above and beyond all of that. Something that is, either way, no matter what the details of any contracts are, this is still one thing that's extremely clear, which makes this extremely interesting, is that no matter how you look at this, you cannot deny that this is anything less, like you said, than a power play, a direct response to what AEW is doing. I mean, putting NXT on in the same time slot, especially only 2 weeks before AEW's debut.
And the only person who is thinking of this as a war, okay, Triple H could give 2 shits less. Could give less than a shit about AEW. Just listen to what he says after each takeover in his conference calls. He could give less than a shit about AEW. It's not a competition. They're doing their thing. Whatever. Vince McMahon playing the power play. Just
at the very
wants to
least,
get it out.
if Triple H doesn't care, then he's got a far better poker face than Vince McMahon ever did.
And that's a problem when you're a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And here's also the thing. Okay. I don't think this bodes well for NXT. They have their niche. Okay, I like that we don't see every character and every storyline on each show. Okay, it gives time to build. It gives time to amp yourself up for the matches on the takeover. Okay, 2 hours. It's going to be the same problem as the WWE product right now. Oversaturation of the characters, of the storylines. It's like, I don't need to see Adam Cole every week. I don't need to see Velveteen Dream every week. I don't need to see those storylines every week. The way that they've been playing it out on the network has worked, and it's been great for the last, 6-7 years? Okay.
So what's wrong with actually just putting the show as it is on a major network and just presenting it in the same way?
As it is, okay, an hour. You put 2 hours of it on. Okay. I don't want NXT to turn into regular WWE programming.
Well, with the whole story going on that they're canceling 205 Live and putting the Cruiserweight division, merging it with NXT. So pretty much the 2 hours are pretty much going to be the Cruiserweight division and the NXT brand. In a way, it could work that they don't have to put all the NXT stars. They could work their way around that. It's very possible, but I do see your problem with it, and honestly, I'm just looking forward to it. Hopefully they don't really, other than just having an extra hour and possibly a whole new brand mix merged with it. I'm looking forward to it, and I even posted it all over my social media that I don't care which show. I don't care which show I watch. I alternate with. I get more wrestling. I get two completely different brands of wrestling, and I'm just going to enjoy those two brands of wrestling.
Yeah, and there's going to be with something like this. It's very much reminiscent of the situation we were in. For those who remember, during the Monday Night Wars, where you would be inclined to pick a side, or even then you would just, if you didn't even care, you would just flip back and forth between the two shows, unless something grabbed your attention.
The only difference now, you have DVR.
Exactamundo.
And all that. So it's like, I don't get me wrong. The more wrestling, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just like, if it really is, like, an hour is going to be the NXT people and an hour is going to be the cruiserweights, like, yeah, that's cool. I'm down with that. But I don't know how 2 hours of NXT is going to work based off of what we've seen for the last 6 years, how it's been run on the network. And so I'm not going to go all like, this is going to be great, like everybody else, yet, because there could be an issue here. And
possibly.
I'm the one, I'm the one who's going to say
it's honestly just the way of how great. Like, the reason people are saying this is great, because finally these wrestlers are finally getting the, what's the word?
Exposure
that they actually deserve, more than just the hardcore people the hardcores like us who watch it only on the network. And then you see all the people when they get called up to the main roster, they're just like, oh, well, I don't know these people from NXT because the little kids don't know NXT. They don't follow it. Now that they actually have this, maybe they're actually gonna push the NXT brand as that, not as the third brand and not the developmentals.
And I just want to be that person to bring up the caveat. Okay, it's going to be on mainstream TV. Okay. You know Vince McMahon is going to put his hands on this now that it's on mainstream TV.
Not if he's smart, okay. And I'll tell you why.
And it's Vince McMahon. Do you think he's smart?
In a certain sense.
Now.
Well,
back in the day, yes.
I am going to say it. We're going to find out, and I'll tell you exactly why. We're going to know if he's actually on the ball with this, if he leaves the core group of creative talents, including Triple H, in charge of this. And the main reason I believe this is because WWE and AEW do not share the same demographic. However, the same type of wrestling fan who does get really invested into NXT will also be the same people to watch AEW. The so quote unquote mainstream sports entertainment wrestling fans, insert whatever verbiage you want here, WWE will stand on its own. Right now, there's the subsect of wrestling fans that are excited about AEW are also the same kind of fans who are the most likely to get excited over NXT. So this, I believe, is no coincidence. Right now, it looks like a very deliberate, calculated effort on their part. If the reports come out that Vince actually is going to be taking a more direct approach on NXT, then I'd say, yeah, he's completely missed the ball. But for right now, this seems like a very calculated effort by a man who has not had much reason to be this proactive and engaged, I suppose. The fire has been lit, so to speak. Whether or not that's just a coincidence or a more calculated effort, hey, that remains to be seen. But as for me, I still have some reasonable doubt.
I think you're optimistic, but hey,
I am optimistic.
Every podcast has to have the optimistic one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just looking forward to more wrestling.
Indeed.
That's it.
There you go. And at the end of the day, let's just enjoy the ride and see where this goes. And speaking of podcasts, WWE is going to create a podcasting network. Wait, what? They're competing with us.
Great.
Oh, joy.
And what podcasts are they going to put on this network?
That was my immediate reaction.
What?
What could they possibly put out that doesn't already exist?
No, but they're going to put the Stone Cold. They're going to try to put the Stone Cold podcast on there. He wants to talk to John Moxley, so good luck with that. It's
going to be sanitized and uninteresting.
They're going to put the Booker T one. They're going to try to put the Sam Roberts one on there. So it's going to be... They're not going to make anything new. That's not going to happen. They're going to take pre-existing shows from people that they've had in the company, and they're going to try to mold those podcasts into the WWE name.
Just watch. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are going to get their own podcast talking about Ghostbusters and
action figures.
Hey, that's a podcast I'd listen to.
That already exists.
Yeah, and it's going to be on the
major wrestling figure podcast.
And it's going to be on the podcasting network.
Hey, if that's the case, good for Zack Ryder, but I'm not sure if I'd check it out.
I just don't know if like most of the things that the WWE has done, like the network and all that, most of the branching out has been okay, has been successes. Okay, XFL being the big non-success. Okay, I don't know.
And Vince McMahon's the whole bodybuilder league that he made.
No,
I just don't know.
WBF.
I don't know if this podcast network is going to be a win.
World
Beef. I don't know.
World Beef Federation.
Yeah. I don't know if this podcast network is going to be.
I'm writing that down.
God damn it!
I'd watch it. World Beef Federation. Coming to the ring, a whole rack of ribs.
All right.
Whoever finishes first wins.
By God, they're stone cold. Stone cold.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't think that this is an idea of Vince's that can work.
Hey,
is this
in
a
the
Vince
long
idea?
run?
I don't know. It just came out.
So,
we don't know.
This is relatively new news.
Is it like news or a rumor?
No, it's news.
It got announced.
It's news.
I just don't know. I don't. What are you gonna do? Put cornets on there? You can't put Jericho's. You can't do
Pritchard?
that.
World Corned Beef Federation.
Pritchard?
God damn it, Jeff.
No, but Pritchard?
Pritchard you could probably do.
Yeah,
Except he's
already...
giving secrets from back in the day.
I don't
Is
think
that
they
a thing they want on our podcast?
I don't know.
People
Giving
talk
insider secrets?
fairly openly about history now, so I don't think it'll be a killer. But either way, that'll be another thing. That'll be another thing that's curious. That'll be curious to follow. But in the meantime, let's at least finish off backstage news with a little bit of good news. Starting that we just got maybe a couple hours before we were about to record this. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch have gotten engaged.
Yay!
Yay!
Congratulations, you two.
Yes.
Hey, just do me a favor, okay? No more storylines.
Yes.
All right.
Keep it off of TV.
It's one of those
And you're good.
watching you not on TV. Trying to sell this relationship on the show, it doesn't work. But when I see you backstage, when I see pictures, when I see videos, it's very natural. It's like, okay, yes, I like it. I'm happy for you. All that. You get on TV and it's like very. I don't know what happens. It's like
WWE
very
tries to put their control of their relationship, and you see what that happens. That's what happened.
It is very forced.
Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans had more chemistry than you did.
So it's like,
sorry guys.
If they're not, no more WWE storylines, no more of that. But other than that, kudos, congratulations, all the happiness in the world to you two.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, don't fuck it up.
Yes, hopefully
You're known for this, so just don't fuck it up.
Hopefully the Seth and Becky moment doesn't become a Seth and Becky moment. I think we all know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Seth and Becky get their own reality show to rival Miz and Mrs.
Yeah, and
that's how they'll mess it up.
It'll be so good
Seth,
rival the World Beef Federation.
Hey, Seth, you're with Becky now. No more dick pics. Okay, that's it.
Please.
No, not gonna happen. Please don't.
just give it to give them to her.
Giggity?
Yeah, you don't need to put. Just she doesn't even need dick pics. That's it.
You're on the same brand. No, not at all.
Something shillelagh something. But anyway, congratulations to the happy couple. But then again, that's all we got for backstage news.
Do they call each other now the men?
I don't know, nor do I particularly
No,
care.
let's face it. Seth Rollins will always be Becky Lynch's bitch. And outside of the ring, that's a good thing. That is okay. Inside the ring, no, not good.
Keep it off my TV screen.
It makes me not believe you can beat Brock Lesnar.
But in the meantime, we also have the King of the Ring to talk about this week. This week was the first of the first round matches of the 2019 King of the Ring.
Rage coming.
Starting with Monday Night Raw, and the first match of the King of the Ring.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
I don't know what Band-Aid you're talking about.
I'm talking about this one.
Because Samoa Joe defeated Cesaro in what was honestly my choice for match of the week.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Definitely.
The only complaint I had about this is this should have been a semi-final match, other than one of the quarterfinal.
Yeah, they kind of
should have been. Yeah, this should have been a second round. The one big complaint. Well, okay. Apparently, I have two complaints on this match. The other big complaint I had with this is it set the bar for what these King of the Ring matches should be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And every other match afterwards sucked.
Well, I'm not gonna go.
One is used for, actually two of them are mainly used just for story or just angles. They weren't matches, so that hurt it. And then you had the other match, which was another good match. It was just failed in comparison. But yeah, this match was awesome. This was match of the week. This set the bar for what these King of the Ring matches should be. And like I said, this should have been a semi-final.
Mm-hmm. This was exactly what you would expect out of these two. This was exactly what it needed to be. These are two hard-hitting bruisers that it should look like they are beating the holy hell out of each other the entire time they're in the ring. And guess what? They did. Now, the right, I hate to put it like this, okay, because I like Cesaro just below the amount that Tarek likes Cesaro. But I do like Cesaro, but the right man did win here in this scenario.
The one good thing about it, the good thing about it is Cesaro did look strong in defeat.
Yes.
Both of these guys came out better than when they came in. That's the real highlight. Like I said, it breaks my heart that Cesaro lost in a first round match. I already posted my opinion on on what happened afterwards. I already posted my Twitter on that one, and I already got like a bunch of people like, yeah, he's absolutely right. So yeah, at least it wasn't the whole Cesaro basically being made to look like a bitch.
No,
that he like when he had that one battle royal, that one.
When he got thrown out first.
Yeah, similar to that. No. At least this one, he's looked strong. It's just right now he's stuck in a zone that he has no story. He's just a guy.
Yeah, he's stuck in the talent enhancement portion of the roster. He's stuck in.
He's good role. And he's great in that position because he's just so goddamn amazing. My penis can't keep control of how awesome he is.
And that's the problem. He's so good at it, they don't want to move him away from the talent enhancement stage, and that's not because who else are you gonna have go up against Aleister Black first to get him as over?
Who are they going to have Aleister Black face now? Because they have absolutely no.
Well, no doubt. But I mean, who else could have been his first opponent to get him as over as Cesaro did? Okay, that's the problem. He's so good at it. He's where Dolph Ziggler was when he was the talent enhancement. He was so good at selling. He was so good at getting people's moves over and all that he couldn't get out of that. So that's that's where Cesaro is right now. As much as I hate to say it, because I want to see him at upper card as much as the next person. Okay, but the fact is he's so good at talent enhancement that the WWE doesn't want to move him from that.
Hey, all I know is that if it keeps resulting in matches like this, where no matter what you feel about where Cesaro's at and what you feel that Cesaro feels like Cesaro's at, he's been wrestling like he's got something to prove, and it shows.
He's proved it years ago.
Sure, but he's wrestling like he's hungry. That's the key
I'm hungry
difference.
Too for a Cesaro world title run.
Yeah, talking about World Beef Federation.
Yeah, well, talking about things that'll probably never happen. As much as I hate to say it again,
hey, we'll touch upon that even more. But before we get to that, we also had elsewhere in the King of the Ring.
You want to talk about bullshit?
Cedric Alexander defeated Sami Zayn
in about 2 minutes. That's
Was it even 2 minutes? Did it even make the 2-minute mark?
I don't know.
It felt like it was 30 seconds.
I think I got up to get a cup of tea, and by the time I came back, it was already over.
I liked the video of him basically cursing everyone out. Like the .com exclusive video, just him flipping out, cursing every audience member out.
I'm happy that
he's such a great wrestler, but now I won't even save this for SmackDown. Now they moved him to a managerial position for Shinsuke Nakamura. It's Paige with the Kabuki Warriors, Volume 2. But the difference is, Sami Zayn is a great promo.
Yeah,
they don't have Paige in promos. She's just there. Sami Zayn could actually make Shinsuke Nakamura a star even brighter.
Sami Zayn can actually enhance Shinsuke Nakamura, whereas Paige.
We'll just say right now, does Shinsuke need it? Absolutely not. The man could do it on his own.
Does he need it? No, but if you're gonna give him somebody, if you're gonna give it, if Vince McMahon is going to be his racist self and give the Japanese guy a mouthpiece because he doesn't like his promo skills, Sami Zayn is a good place to go.
This is gonna sound very odd coming from me.
I'm probably wrong.
For someone who is considered to be the resident Shinsuke Nakamura fan on the show, I'm going to say, even though Shinsuke Nakamura does obviously not need Sami Zayn to talk for him, at least not in the traditional sense. Yeah, he doesn't need that. His promo ability is just fine on his own. But this, I believe, is meant to serve a very different purpose. It's not a matter of translating what Shinsuke Nakamura is saying to an audience or anyone on screen. No, this one is more about freshening up the character itself and making it more relevant, making it more compelling, doing something fresh and engaging with Shinsuke Nakamura. Because let's face it, he's been a little too stagnant for too long.
You're right, but that's obviously not their main reason. It is it's
not obvious to me.
Dude,
it's not obvious to me.
Oh, it is clear as
it is
day.
Not obvious to me given the amount of one-on-one promo time they've given to the man. And given how successful and over he got doing the no speaka English thing when he first turned heel, that got a really good reception. This is just a natural progression of that.
It did get a real good...
It gives Shinsuke something to do. It gives him fresh new relevance. It gives Sami Zayn something to do now that he's out of the King of the Ring tournament. It keeps everyone relevant and it keeps everyone fresh. So
I do just want to bring up, okay, yes, those promos were funny. Okay, yes, he did get over with the crowd. But what did he actually do during that heel run because of Vince McMahon and the WWE? What did he actually do?
Made AJ Styles' ball a target for everyone else?
He lost a feud with AJ Styles. He
completely blew me off because he knew I was right.
It's true. It is. He lost that feud. And all he did was make AJ Styles' balls a selling point for the good part of a year and a half. Okay, that's it. And then
however,
he had a shitty United States title run.
He had a tag team with Rusev that went absolutely nowhere. And
now he has an Intercontinental title where
he's now facing
where's
The Miz.
he even been?
And now we're getting him versus The Miz at Clash of Champions. So much for my Buddy Murphy, Ali, Nakamura triple threat prediction that I wanted to have.
I love...
You wanted to see that too.
I love your optimism, and I do agree with you on some points. But the whole, it's not obvious to me what's going on here. Okay, come on. That's it.
Hey, I still disagree. And besides, that wasn't even the original question. The original question was, does Shinsuke Nakamura need Sami Zayn? Right now, I'm going to say he does.
In our eyes, no. In WWE's eyes.
And in my eyes, too. Shinsuke needs something to freshen him up. And Sami Zayn needs something to stay relevant despite his very, very good mic skills. This is something for the both of them. And so far, to me anyway, it looks promising. Whether or not they deliver,
We're not denying that it was a good segment and that it's a good team up. We just know the reason behind it. That's all.
Now, speaking of promise and reasons behind things, I'm very curious to see what your thoughts are on this one. We got some insight from you earlier in this week. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman teaming up out of nowhere to defeat the OC and become the new Raw Tag Team Champions.
This is nothing new. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. This has been done before.
This is a John Cena story.
This is a trope. It's.
But they're gonna do something different because they're obviously not gonna turn They're not gonna turn either of these guys heel.
Yeah, because Seth Rollins made it clear that it's like, hey, okay,
I know.
Look at my ribs right now. I don't need you to I don't need you to go brawl on me 2 weeks beforehand. Okay, I will give you your title shot.
I know you want a title shot, and I will give it to you. But we have a common enemy.
Let's get it done. So it's like it's a different telling of the trope, and that's the only reason why I'm not mad.
I like the idea of them now having their tag team title match at Clash of Champions against the OC or the OC Club.
Because we know at that point the OC is winning it back.
And it's not, exactly.
So
it's obviously that, but then it's also just the revelation. It's like they don't they don't want to defend the title. They have to because it's the gimmick of the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
So now it adds intrigue that can these two guys who will later in the night have to face each other for the world title coexist and keep being the tag team champions?
So it's the same. It's the trope that you've had since
time immemorial.
Since the beginning of time. It
is that one trope I never liked.
But it is that trope, but it's a different.
But they're doing something different with it.
It's not one of those. It's
because of like we know.
Yeah,
because
they really are.
One of them are not going to turn on each other.
All the other times.
It always leads to a turn eventually.
So in that case, then if they're not going to turn on each other, then it essentially sucks all the drama of what you just said. Then there's no drama of, okay, are they going to stay on the same page? The story must then become, can they defeat the OC again? Which they've just shown that they already can. So it's unless the OC produce something new and crazy, and they end up cheating to win, and they end up beating Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, and maybe they just butt heads about it, and then the arc you setting it up for the title match later in the night, then maybe you got something there. But even if you do that, it's sort of makes the tag champs look like a couple of boobs.
But that's WWE with their tag team division.
And let's be honest, just because the OC have looked strong the last couple of weeks, okay, they've been booked like boobs since the beginning of their contract, so this is nothing new.
Not when you're instilling that much new hope and new freshness into their gimmick. Yeah, they don't have the best thing, but they don't have the best start. But this is something. This can be something brand new.
Do I agree? This was bad timing. Okay, it was. Given that the OC have only had the titles for a couple weeks, I will give you that. Okay. I'm just saying that I'm not giving this a pass. Okay, I don't like the trope either. Okay, just because they've used it so many times. Yeah, there's a difference in the trope, but they've used it so many times in the past few years that it's old, no matter how many wrinkles they put into it. I'm just saying that I do like the wrinkle that they put into it. I don't like the random tag team up to take the titles off. Okay, I like the wrinkle. I like the wrinkle in the storyline. I don't like the actual deal. But I like the wrinkle that they threw in.
It's obvious now they're just using the tag team championships as a prop for the big storyline, which is Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins. I don't like
and
that.
That is what bothered me the most. That's all at the moment. Yes, I see what you're saying, but when it first happened, that's all I could see in the moment, and that's what I think bothered me. But it's also
it's you know how WWE feels about the tag team championship anyway, so
But that doesn't mean I want it flaunted openly like that. I at least want.
At least the SmackDown
something.
Tag Team Championship are gaining more in a more respectable storyline, because now it's become, I guess you could say, Legacy 2.0 with Randy Orton and the Revival versus the New Day. It's now both titles are being used to an equal fashion, which now it's more respectable on that end compared to this one, where it's just it's obviously the main focus is the Universal title, and now the tag team titles are being used as a prop for that particular storyline. And it's also kind of disappointing the fact that you also now have the United States champion involved in that storyline too. So now, really, there's really no build for the United States Championship for Clash of Champions. Other than just he's now in the Seth Rollins Braun Strowman storyline too. So
so what's he got to do? Another match with Ricochet, because Ricochet was involved last week. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of done with that series of matches.
Yeah.
Like I don't need another AJ Styles Ricochet match. I don't.
Yeah, I'm there too.
So,
But while we're all right here, we might as well keep on continuing. Moving on to SmackDown Live. And we also got a Buddy Murphy defeating Daniel Bryan.
Clean,
and not a surprise roll-up like
Right?
what they did
Like-
with Ali.
like
This is a legit
finisher.
win.
Yeah.
Which I had a feeling that they would do, and I'm very glad that they did.
And also, I also like the post-match attack because now, okay, Buddy Murphy versus Ali next week. Okay, if they do decide to give it to Ali, they have an out with that attack. Have him sell the attack and just be like, because it also can continue the feud. So you can have Buddy Murphy go on in the King of the Ring, or you can continue his part in the storyline with Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Rowan. So it's like
He's the one that
it's
really
a
attacked
win-win.
He's the one that really attacked Roman.
No matter what happens next week, it's a win-win for
Oy,
Buddy
oy.
Murphy. So it's like, yeah, he could lose to Ali, and it would be all right because he have an out and he has a storyline to go with it.
Let's just quickly bring up that reveal that ended the show, where it wasn't Eric Rowan who attacked Roman Reigns. It's his doppelganger, Derrick Rowan.
That would.
That's not really his name, but I'm just calling him Derrick.
That's
His name is Derrick Rowan. It's Scholars Wrestling canon now.
The last 5 minutes of this show actually decided me on Raw versus SmackDown this week.
Oh, me
Because
too.
that was stupid.
You heard the people bawling in that crowd.
That was.
They were honestly. I'm just now like they had so much time, like showing everyone staring at each other awkwardly. I'm just picturing the Curb Your Enthusiasm music playing as they're all looking at each other. Just and you just see Roman. It'll just end with Roman just black. This is a suffering succotash moment.
That was so.
Derrick Rowan.
That was funny. That was funny in the worst possible way.
Oh no! The sad thing is, I'm sure they weren't expecting it to be funny. They were trying to make this a serious, like people to be serious. Like what?
He looks just like him. Who is he?
It is just the dumbest thing. Like I said, I'm picturing Curb Your
Derrick
Enthusiasm.
Rowan.
It's Derrick Rowan. It's Eric Rowan's long lost twin brother, Derrick.
And it looks like he was older than him by like 10 years.
Oh God, yeah.
Who is that guy even?
Yeah.
Seriously, who is Derrick
Tell me
Rowan?
they found another
I'm sorry,
guy who looks.
This is. I hate that.
Where
I have
did they
to pull
find that guy?
I hate that I have to pull a SpongeBob reference, but who are you people?
Clearly, it's Derrick Rowan.
It's Derrick Rowan. Until they give an actual name, his name is Derrick.
That was so bad. So bad. I'm
having more fun just talking about this than I actually am by the segment
this
itself.
was like if this didn't even happen, it's still my decision for Raw versus SmackDown wouldn't change. But this was
Same.
this was the final icing on the cake. That was like, all right, what the WTF? What the what in God's green earth is this?
It was this and the ending.
WBF.
Shut the hell up.
It was this and the whole second King of the Ring match.
I like
that
memes.
did it for me.
It's not happening. Wait, say that again.
It was this and what happened in the second.
Well, let's talk about it. You're talking about...
This just proves to me that this is another Shane McMahon vehicle.
Are you talking about Elias defeating Kevin Owens?
All this tournament is another Shane McMahon vehicle.
It's...
Okay, this just proves it. Okay?
We're going to get a Hell in a Cell match. Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens, Hell in a Cell.
But again,
then the feud's going to continue going, and it's all going to come down to Team Shane versus Team KO at Survivor Series. And then if Team Shane loses, this is the Authority storyline. If Team Shane loses, he's gone.
I can see
this
King of the Ring. I can see this King of the Ring tournament coming down to Elias versus Drew McIntyre, and then Shane McMahon taking one of their places, and I can see it. I can see it. I don't want to see it, but just the end of this entire match. It's right here.
I don't want it.
Just the entire time.
No, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna go between McIntyre and Elias.
Well, I mean,
I think next here I'm thinking now, like, this episode pretty much made Kevin Owens look like a bitch by pulling the Becky Lynch and apologizing to a McMahon.
Well, here's
no. Let me finish.
I am not Charlie. I will not take that.
Yeah, you know what? Shut your mouth anyway and chug that beer.
World Beef Federation.
I know how you work, so I work to your advantage. Chug that beer. Finish it. Finish it.
Dun dun dun.
Finish it.
All right, we do not.
Okay, thank you.
The Scholars of Wrestling do not condone binge drinking.
Only for him.
Please drink responsibly.
Please drink responsibly. But this episode made Kevin Owens look like to be a complete bitch. I think next week we're gonna get badass Shane. And who's Elias facing? Do we have the brackets?
We do not have the brackets in front of us.
I think isn't it Murphy versus Ali goes into that match?
Possibly.
So Ali is gonna have this luck tournament. He's gonna be put in a situation where he just keeps winning out of luck. He's gonna beat a badly beat down Murphy. And Kevin Owens is going to take down Elias, and he's just going to roll. He's just going to take Ali's unconscious body, just roll him up. Referee's going to just be like, "Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3." That's going to be Ali's story for the King of the Ring. And I see Kevin Owens, like, next week, we don't see Kevin Owens at all. We don't see the Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens storyline at all. Obviously, they'll show a video package just to keep it fresh in people's minds. The next time we see Elias and Shane in the Ali match, let's see. Is that?
I am bringing it up. Continue while I'm pulling it up.
And with that, Elias is basically going to make Ali is in kind of a slump right now, so they're going to take advantage of that. Elias, and because ever since he won that 24/7 title, he's been actually booked to look pretty strong.
He looked like a badass with that Drake Maverick thing.
Oh, yes, he did. And with that, he's going to beat down Ali. And then when it looks like, obviously something's going to happen. And honestly, to continue with this storyline of Kevin Owens hitting a referee, it's going to be Elias who accidentally hits a referee and knocks him out cold for a few minutes. And that will give Kevin Owens the chance to show up, kick his ass, Stone Cold Stunner, and Ali is going to pin Elias after Kevin Owens like, okay, wake up, here it is.
Let's see. Next, we've on the SmackDown side, we also have Ali versus Buddy Murphy and Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin coming up. We already had Andrade defeating Apollo Crews. That's already there.
That was the second match. It was a good match. It just failed.
Here's what I'm calling for the semis, for the finals of the SmackDown bracket.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be Whoever wins, Ali versus Buddy Murphy
It's gonna be Ali versus Andrade.
versus Andrade. It's gonna be whoever wins that match. I'm not picking a winner for that one yet, but it'll be Ali versus Andrade. And I can see either McIntyre or Corbin making it to the finals of the Raw.
Just imagine the finals is gonna be Ricochet versus Ali.
That would be very interesting. That would have tons of promise.
And it's the WWE, so it wouldn't happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, I would love for that. I'm just saying, when Shane McMahon walked out during that match, the horror visions just started coming in. You know what I'm talking about. The moment you see Shane McMahon on screen during the King of the Ring, you're like, oh, fuck. not this crap again. So it's like you see Shane McMahon, and it's like, oh, this is got to be like the crown jewel shit. That's it. Mm-hmm. So that was the first. That was my first thing, seeing him come on screen. And at that moment, I'm like, nope, fuck this.
Here's a quick Scholar's quick talk question. Rumors have been going around that supposedly someone in the backs, maybe Bayley, has been pitching the idea of a Queen of the Ring tournament. Would such a thing work?
No.
Okay, why is that?
I would like to see it, but there's already a Queen of the Ring, and that's Charlotte Flair.
That would be an obvious winner. That would be an obvious winner for the first Queen of the Ring tournament, and we don't...
Well... She doesn't necessarily need it. It would have to be to someone.
She doesn't need it,
necessarily need it, but she'll get it.
She's
stop. You can't be optimistic on this one. You can't.
But
no.
But
the finals will be the Empress versus the Queen, and it'll just solidify she's already the Queen of the Ring. Honestly, ever since Ronda Rousey left, WWE doesn't give two shits about the women's division anymore. And these past few episodes of wrestling, of WWE television, have shown that. All we got this week was, honestly, now I don't even remember.
We got the Moment of Bliss.
We got the Moment of Bliss.
We got the promo from Becky Lynch.
There was a women's match.
That was
this week,
good,
right?
That was good.
That should tell you everything you need to know.
That should tell you WWE's, like, the Revolution that they did last year was nothing more than a publicity stunt, which we all knew that's what it was anyway.
I will say this.
And the second Ronda Rousey left, there's like, okay, well, the only reason we really had this women's revolution, well, we don't give two shits anymore. If they truly did still care, we would have had an Evolution 2 pay-per-view this year.
I will say this to go with all that negativity, which I do agree with 100%. Okay. The promo segments with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks on Raw were very good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they were.
That is the one women's storyline that I'm like, yes to all of it. And yeah, the line that Sasha Banks said kind of messed up. But
that's typical WWE.
Yeah.
That's
WWE heel shit, so
but it's also,
I let it go.
But you also got to point out the fact that it's like they throw the heel heat for someone who WWE, like the WWE crowd, does not care about. No one cares about Natalya and Jim Neidhart at all anymore. If they cared about her at all.
It's true.
So it's just heel. It just ends up being heel heat that just doesn't work.
When Sasha Banks turns full on heel, and the crowd is saying thank you, and doesn't start booing until she attacks the person who comes in to defend the person she attacked, that should tell you all you need to know about the person she attacked first. That's it. But yeah, those two women's segments were good. The Moment of Bliss
was terrible.
Was bad. Yeah. That was stupid. And the problem with Charlotte versus Bayley is, mark it down right now. Charlotte's winning.
Yeah,
that's it.
Charlotte wins. Lol.
The second they're doing, like, she's going to go for her 10th title reign. I'm like, well, They have done jack shit with this Bayley title reign, so they're obviously building up for a 10-time Charlotte championship reign, which I love it. I love Charlotte. I'm sorry. I think I'm in the minimal crowd, especially in our group. But I love Charlotte.
I don't love
Charlotte is very good.
She's awesome.
Yeah. I
Charlotte
just don't.
is incredibly polished, and she's fits into her role incredibly well.
I don't
will
like
give her
that she's
I
had
do
10
like her.
title reigns in 3 years, but
There you go.
But
But
It's obvious
give
what
her
they're
some
trying
long.
to do, though.
Give her some long ones, please.
Well,
Don't
that's
give
what
her-
happens when you
isn't that Andrade's job? Oh,
put up.
Good for that man.
hey.
He gets to woo her all night long. All night
Night
long.
long,
All
all
night. All night.
So anyway, looking at everything in this week in wrestling, Raw versus SmackDown Live, which one was your pick for the show?
I think it's clear as day of the choice.
Do we want to say it
For-
on 3?
Yes.
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt
Bray
attacking
Wyatt.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Bray Wyatt. I
And
also.
it's even better
I
that
enjoy-
that the King was just like, I know what this is.
I know what this is.
I'm
I'm out.
I'm getting out of here.
I liked that. That was my favorite part of it.
Oh, that's the
That-
highlight of the
I
entire
was
week
like,
for me.
No, just the lights start
Angle-wise.
going out. The lights start going out, and I love that they didn't have him do the Mick Foley and the Finn Balor and all
What's
that. Just
this?
like, what's going on? He's like, nope,
I don't
screw
want-
this, I'm out. And then just the creepiness of
Bray Wyatt
Wyatt
just creeping from
There
King's
is-
shoulders.
There is no place to run. There is no
Yeah.
place to hide from the Fiend.
I like that they're doing different things.
And it ends with a yowie wowie chant that this Bray Wyatt it just warms my soul to know that Bray Wyatt completely shut down that rumor that WWE were going to make the Fiend character more family friendly.
It was just
Nope.
like, you
Oh.
need better reporters, bro.
Oh, that made me feel so great because I love. I've always loved Bray Wyatt, but now I love it. I love it. I am the complete reverse of Roger Ebert for North. I love it.
Now, here's a
Yeah,
scholar.
that's right. I pulled a Roger Ebert North reference.
Well, then
I
here's
hate it.
well, then here's one. In that spirit, here's one
Oh.
final scholar's quick talk for you.
Oh, Raw, by the way.
I figured as much.
Yeah, raw.
I figured that much was obvious.
The last 5 minutes of SmackDown killed.
Oh,
All of it.
Oh, the entire show. From the entire show alone, I was down on SmackDown, and that's sad to say because of what happened last year with SmackDown. But yeah, SmackDown this week wasn't very good compared to what happened with Raw. But from Bray Wyatt clawing the King to pretty much the best King of the Ring match so far, and just the intrigue of the Braun Strowman Seth Rollins, at least in my point of view. But yeah,
There
Raw
you go.
all the way. All right, so what's your Scholar's Quick Talk?
My scholar's quick talk was: were you able to get your hands on one of the Firefly Funhouse boxes?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
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 They
Because the
sold
thing
out in
so-
3 hours.
Yeah, that thing sold out like mad. So I have Bray Wyatt pages that I follow, so I've seen people's like videos of their unboxing of it. So it's really damn awesome, and I do want that shirt.
And I love what they're doing with Bray Wyatt.
I want that
it's,
shirt.
as
I want that
said,
mask, and I want
it's
2 of the 3 puppets.
It's what I said with the NXT thing. I don't need to see these guys every week.
Mhm.
You send
Less
them
is
out.
more.
You send them out when it's meaningful. They don't get oversaturated, and I don't start to hate them like Seth Rollins. That's
And
it.
there you have it.
So that's it.
Well, they're doing something right this week because Seth Rollins got a huge pop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're trying their damnedest, and now it's actually starting to work.
Mm-hmm. So there's our thoughts in This Week in Wrestling. Now is a time in the show where we turn it over to you, our wrestling listening and viewing audience. What do you think? What do you think of the first half of the first round of the King of the Ring? What do you think of the antics of Bray Wyatt and The Fiend? Let us know all across the internet. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all over the place, especially Twitter if you want to join in the conversation. Follow at ScholarsOW for all the latest episode uploads. And you can also follow us on our own personal Twitter machines. Starting with Fool, where can they reach you?
You can reach me at the Avataric.
Brian, our champ, where can they reach you?
You can find me denying shitty title challenges at Atomic Beanpole.
Oh, I wonder what that's about.
Shots fired.
And you can also fire. You can also fire at me and follow me. I'm doing it again.
Just don't.
At I'm Robbie Rage. Join the conversation. Join the fun. We're posting stuff all over the place. It's always a great time. So until we meet again, you already know who we are. We're the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
See you all next week for more fun.